Hello, my name is Marcus Morris, the author of Lack and the Art of Deprogramming. Today, we'll be reading Chapter 10, Lack and a Human's Animalistic Instinct to Hoard. So, I start this chapter off with discussing billionaires. So, billionaires seem to have complete and total abundance, with nothing to worry about. But instead of allowing their billions to trickle down to benefit the 98 to 99% of the world's population, it seems as if the hoarders try to gain as much material wealth as possible. Hoarding can be done by individuals, corporations, governments, and even religious institutions. The Vatican itself has more wealth than any single institution or government in the world, with trillions of dollars worth of property assets. As a religious institution, how is this okay? It's an institution that teaches or preaches giving, loving, sharing, and spreading what you have with your neighbor, and loving thy neighbor as thyself. But they hold and hoard more wealth than any institution and human civilization. They have enough to feed the world many times over. A proper visualization of this concept is to picture Niagara Falls with all of its abundance of water cascading into the ravine below, which would be dry without that current of water. So let's say when the billionaire cuts off their flow of money from trickling down into the ravine to where others will benefit from it, it's like a dam. Literally a dam on a flow of currency. Currency is it sounds kind of familiar with the word current and sea. So you dam the currency, people suffer. All people seem to hoard to some extent, but we see this phenomenon expressed most strongly by the super elite, who hold at least 60% of the world's wealth, while being only 1 to 2% of the population. Why do we see this type of extreme hoarding while billions of people still live in sub-poverty levels? So, it's almost like people are afraid that if they give some of what they have, or allow some of what they have to trickle down to the rest of the population, as if they will lose power, or they will lose vital life force, they'll lose control. In some instances, they may be correct. Maybe a billionaire may lose some sort of control, or have less control than what they initially had, a little bit less power. But that is okay. It's okay to not be the most powerful person in the universe. It's okay to let some of your power trickle through to the rest of human society, so that people who are in desperate need of food, a roof over their head, education, can have some bits of that wealth, because in reality, there's more than enough for all of us. With that being said, there is nothing wrong with having great, enormous amounts of wealth, but there is something wrong when you do not allow that wealth to spread to the people who need it. The good thing about corporations is that they employ many thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions of people. It gives us structure, and it gives us the corporate society that we see today. Whether you think it's good or bad, corporations are entities unto themselves that are neither good nor bad. It's how we utilize them, which makes them, influence society either one way or the other. Another interesting phenomenon that I see with hoarders is that the super rich seem to have some sort of disconnection from nature. They seem to not care how much destruction they inflict upon the natural environment, such as miners may pollute waterways without any care in the world. Certain large factory farmers may have waste run into river systems and oceans and have dead zones and kill billions of tons of life forms without a care in the world. Oil companies may allow oil to spill into the ocean, kill millions of living things. Plastic companies allow billions of tons of plastics to go into our water, air, even microplastics ingested into our bodies. Most of them seem to have not a care in the world. What they do care about is their profits. So, is there something wrong with that? If our world has to be destroyed for profit, then yes, there is something wrong with that, and something does need to change. It does need to get fixed. So the second half of this chapter, I discuss sexuality. I'm not saying that this is necessarily scientific, put it that way, but it was my way of deducing things with some sort of relative reason. So what I think when it comes to sexuality is that it comes with a sexual energetic balance. This is simply my opinion. I'm not saying what I'm saying is based on any sort of scientifically proven facts. I guess say you have attraction to a female, right? What I think is what comes with that attraction is that you may have an attraction to feminine energy. So that feminine energy in your life wants to be filled. Your male energy may need that feminine energy to balance you off. So therefore, you're attracted to females. When it comes to, let's say a male is attracted to another male, they may desire the male energy in that other person because that male may have a lot of feminine energy. So that, and that may not be expressed outwardly in terms of their behavior, but it may be somewhere inside them where there's an energetic need, a balance. Because I feel like people are always seeking homeostasis. So like you seek out things that kind of keep you in an even state. I don't know if I explained that well. And the same thing goes for whether you're male or female. It's the same sort of yin and yang balance going on there. When it comes to people who are who are rapists, they'd be starving for sexual energy. But I'm just saying that as one reason why they may be rapists, not that it's the only reason why rapists exist. Rapists may also seek power and vengeance. They may just be overall psychopaths, and they may have a genetic factor. So do not quote me as saying that this is the only reason why I think rapists exist. But sexual starvation may be an actual real thing. And they may go aggressively take advantage or rape someone because it's like when you're starving for food, you aggressively eat your food and you're like a predator. And it brings out a predatory factor in some people, it seems like. When it comes to child molesters, I feel like they're sexually retarded. Like they're retarded at a sexual age, therefore they attract someone from that age where their sexual mentality had ended. So child molestation may be a sort of sexual retardation or pedophilia. I'm not saying it's the only reason why it happens. It could be other genetic factors, but that's just one way that my mind is trying to process and understand these phenomena in life. When it comes to criminal behavior, I think that people should be tracked and logged through their lives so we can figure out what causes certain criminal behavior and what society causes criminal behavior, or what parts of it may be genetic or what parts of it may be environmental. So this is just sort of certain ways that I have used my deductive reasoning and logic to kind of explain human behavior. I'm not saying that I'm completely right or wrong. It's just how I came to certain conclusions based on my observations and just thinking things through. I don't wish to offend anyone. I hope no one is offended. And if you are offended, that's perfectly okay, because it is okay to be offended. You cannot go through life being 100% not offended. It's not going to happen. I hope you enjoyed this chapter 10 review. I'll see you at the next chapter, the next and final chapter 11. Enjoy your day.